loneliness no longer looks the way people expect it to. It does not always look like isolation, or silence, or someone physically alone in a dark room. Modern loneliness has become harder to recognize because it often exists in the middle of constant connection, surrounded by people, surrounded by messages, surrounded by endless digital interaction. And yet, something still feels absent. For most of human history, loneliness was visible. A person separated from the group was exposed immediately. Isolation was physical. You could see it. But modern life changed the structure of human connection without changing the emotional systems built around it. The brain still expects depth, familiarity, continuity, and emotional presence. What it often receives instead is constant low-intensity interaction. Enough stimulation to prevent silence, but not enough connection to create emotional grounding. This creates a strange psychological condition. A person can go through an entire day interacting with hundreds of signals and still feel emotionally unrecognized, not rejected, not hated, just unseen in a deeper sense. And because interaction never stops, the loneliness becomes difficult to identify. There is always another notification, another video, another conversation, another distraction. The modern mind is rarely left completely alone, but it is also rarely fully connected. This is why modern loneliness often feels confusing. People struggle to describe it because externally, life appears socially active. There are messages, online presence, digital noise. The surface of connection remains intact. But emotionally, something feels strangely weightless, temporary, replaceable. In earlier forms of loneliness, the absence was obvious. Now the absence hides behind simulation. Social media creates the appearance of continuous social proximity, but proximity is not the same thing as emotional closeness. The brain partially reacts as if connection exists, while another part quietly recognizes that something essential is missing. Humans are not designed only to exchange information. They are designed to experience psychological presence, shared silence, familiar emotional patterns, recognition. Modern systems are extremely efficient at delivering communication, but they are often poor at delivering presence. And over time, the nervous system begins adapting to this fragmented social environment. People become accustomed to partial attention, partial intimacy, partial connection. Conversations become performative. Vulnerability becomes curated. Personality becomes optimized for visibility rather than closeness. People learn how to remain socially present while emotionally distant. And because everyone around them is adapting to the same environment, the condition becomes normalized. Loneliness stops appearing unusual. It becomes ambient, a background psychological atmosphere woven into ordinary life. This is why some of the loneliest moments in modern life happen in highly connected environments. Scrolling endlessly through people, watching others exist from a distance, participating in constant interaction without emotional permanence, experiencing visibility without genuine recognition. Part of the brain registers social activity, but another part continues searching for emotional confirmation that never fully arrives. So the search continues. More interaction, more stimulation, more digital proximity, but often without resolution. And eventually, many people stop expecting depth entirely. not consciously, but behaviorally. Superficial interaction begins feeling normal. Emotional distance begins feeling efficient. And silence becomes uncomfortable because it removes the illusion of connection completely. Modern loneliness became less visible, but more constant. Less dramatic, but deeply integrated into everyday life. Not because people stopped interacting, but because interaction slowly separated from presence. And when that separation becomes normal long enough, a person can spend years surrounded by communication while quietly feeling unknown to everyone around them. Modern loneliness does not always appear as isolation. Sometimes it appears as endless connection that never becomes real closeness. And that may be why it became so difficult to see. Because the modern world became extremely good at simulating connection, while slowly forgetting how to create it.